So as the title says, I'm going to be doing another video on how to remove rims. I've done this before, but this is for rims that will absolutely not come off, and you've already beat the hell out of them, and they're all bent up, and they're junk. And as you can see, I got this good example. This is the 5-speed 820 I picked up from the junkyard with these rims that are just completely stuck on. Some are like that, and you can't do anything about it really. But so these rims, this one's junk. This one's kind of bent up. It's all right. But I already have these same rims that are good up in the rafters, so I don't need another set. I don't even need the rims I got. But so I'm going to cut these off. The tool of choice I'm going to try out is this Sawzall. It's got a carbide bit on it. Never used one, so we're going to see how it goes. If not, we're going to switch back to your average mini saw. See, it's got the very fine tooth saw. It's good for metal cutting. So what we're going to do is cut on the keyway. So this keyway is lined up with the square, so we're going to be cutting the lip all the way down, come back up to where the seams are welded together, these seams here, and then from there we're going to be cutting from here all the way up to the keyway. And because on the keyway, if we were to do it anywhere else like to here, then you start cutting into the axle. So if we cut straight into the keyway, then that means that we're just going to be ruining the keyway. We can actually come in and cut that up with the Sawzall. So depends on how good we do the Sawzall, and we'll see how far we can get on that theory. So here you can see I cut a good line here. It's just kind of traced it out. Not too bad. Came up to that circle. Now I'm going to take the blade, come in an angle, and draw a line first, and then come right to that. And as I come up to that, I'm going to make sure I'm perfectly 90 degrees, because if you're here, then you start cutting to the top of the axle, and you want to make sure you meet up with that keyway and this whole collar here evenly. I can't really see too much well in there, but that whole sleeve that wraps around the axle, you want to make sure you cut in that evenly. So we're going to try and see how that happens, how it works out there. So here we are underneath it. You can see I was kind of angled a little bit, but I did get close enough to the key where I could just take a chisel I have and a hammer and come in here and just split the metal or whatever. And you can see the rusty key behind there. That follows all the way up. That whole line all the way up to here. That split. That was lined up pretty good. I aimed for that pretty good, but it's hard to stay up and down, straight up and down 90 degrees. So, and we're just gonna probably take some sort of punch, something like that, put it on the axle here and hit it, and it should fall out a lot easier. So I think another really handy tip here is as I'm punching the axle out with that punch and then holding it on with a vice grip so I don't smash my fingers, I've taken a chisel and smashed it, hammered it into the crack I made into that saw mark I made into the sleeve, the axle, or the rim sleeve, whatever you want to call it. See, the gap is there, but then it opens up so much more here. That's probably twice the size of the Sawzall blade here. So it is opening it up very marginally, but it helps a lot. And I am slowly popping this rim off here, pushing the axle out while holding this. By the way, I'm holding the saw up in my vise here. And I'll take a little video when it's all done. So you can see the first rim here. See how I cut it and all that. See, there's the underneath part where you couldn't really see too well. See how close it was. I mean, it was close enough. And where I cut it through. So that came off all right. And then over here, I took my bigger chisel and I rammed it all the way down the side. And I took the original one and I rammed it into that sleeve. Because this snub was, someone tried taking this off and it was really rusty, as you can see. And you can see the separation in the keyway there. See the separation on the axle there too. So that's really opening it up. And it's sliding right out right now. I've already moved it like 1/4 inch with minimal hitting. So this one should slide out no problem. So you can see on the axle that you're only hitting keys, not the axle stud. That's what you want. You see over here, very minimal, if not any, axle. You can see a very light gouge there from the saw, but it's just to show you that it doesn't mess up the axles or anything. And go ahead and go to Tractor Supply, get some key stock, and you should be just fine. Pop these out, clean up the axle stubs, and put new key stock in, put your new rims on, or hubs or whatever. And hope this helped you guys. I know it, new method for me, so rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching.